Listen, if you're a founder, you know this feeling. You're working crazy hours, revenue has totally stalled out, and you feel like the entire company is on your back. You're stuck. But there is a way out. And look, this isn't just going to be another list of tips. This is a proven 90-day strategic plan designed to take you from being the business's biggest problem to its greatest architect.
All right, let's start with a truth that's, well, it's a little tough for most founders to swallow. Your business doesn't need you. You need your business to need you. See, after a certain point, your direct involvement becomes the very thing that's holding your company back. And I get it, letting go feels risky. Holding on feels like you're in control. But in reality, holding on is the fastest way to burn yourself out. Getting your head around this, really accepting it, that's the first, most critical step to building something that can actually grow beyond you.
So, I've got to ask you, point blank, are you ready? Because this whole plan isn't just about getting more revenue or grabbing more market share, it's about getting your freedom back. It's about building an asset that makes money whether you're in the office or, on a beach somewhere. That's the real goal, a business that doesn't need you day to day. If you can honestly say yes to that, then let's get to work.
Does this feel a little too familiar? Yeah, I've seen this exact situation hundreds of times. You're putting in the 80-hour weeks, but the needle just isn't moving. Every big decision, every unhappy client, every new sales pitch, it all has to go through you. The business has hit a ceiling, and that ceiling is you. It's your personal capacity. The system, if you can even call it that, is trapped inside your brain. Today, we start getting it out.
So here's our game plan, our roadmap for the next 90 days. It's broken down into 3 simple phases. First, phase 1, we're going to fix the foundation, get real about what's actually broken. Then, in phase 2, we'll build the machine that's designed to replace you. And finally, phase 3, we drive for results by building a culture of real accountability. We'll also talk about what happens after these 90 days. Let's get started.
Okay, let's jump right into phase 1, fixing the foundation. This is all about your first 30 days. The entire goal here is to stop guessing, stop throwing cash at problems you think you have, and get brutally honest about what's actually going on. This is where we find the truth and set a new, profitable direction. Okay, look, every single business that's stuck, and I mean every single one, is being held back by one of these 5 things. It's either a leads problem, a conversions problem, a capacity problem, a talent problem, or a cash problem. Your first job is to figure out which one of these is your real bottleneck right now, because so many founders stay stuck for years simply because they're trying to fix the wrong thing.
Let me tell you a quick story. I worked with a guy who was spending a crazy $30,000 a month on ads, every single month. In his mind, it was a lead gen problem. Simple as that. More ads, more traffic, more leads, right? So he just kept pouring money into it. But revenue wasn't budging. It was completely flat. He was chasing a ghost.
So what was the real problem? Well, we dug into the data, and it was just staring us right in the face. 8%. That's it. His sales team was only closing at 8%, and in his industry, 20% was about average. See, he didn't have a lead problem. He had a massive sales problem. All that ad money was just pouring into a leaky bucket. We stopped the ads, we focused everything on fixing the sales process, and guess what? Revenue shot up 20% in the first month.
And that whole story perfectly sets up the next big mindset shift we need to make. I need you to just burn this quote into your memory. Profit is sanity. Revenue is vanity. Way too many founders get obsessed with that big, flashy revenue number. It sounds good at a cocktail party, but the only number that pays the bills is the money you actually get to keep.
Just look at this table. It lays it all out, right? You see the vanity column? That's the guy bragging about his $80 million company, but he's running on a 2% margin. He's a walking heart attack. Now look at the sanity column. A $5 million business at a 30% margin is way more stable, way more profitable, and honestly, way less stressful. Trying to scale a business with bad margins, it's like trying to win a race with a broken engine. It's just going to blow up.
So the big question is, how do you actually protect those profit margins? Well, the final strategy for this first phase is to stop competing on price. You do that by making your offer so good it's undeniable. See, customers don't just buy a thing, they buy a decision. They look at the whole package, the risk, the terms, the support. If all your sales calls end up being about price, it's not your product, it's the offer you've wrapped around it.
I remember this one B2B company. Fantastic product, but they just couldn't close deals. Why? Because they were just selling a product and a price. They were asking their clients to take a huge risk. So we rebuilt the whole thing. We added a performance guarantee. We changed the payment terms to make it easier to say yes. We even bundled in support to make sure they got results. We clearly showed them the ROI. Same product, but now the offer was irresistible. Their close rate went through the roof, and they started closing bigger deals for more money.
All right, we've laid the groundwork. Now we get to what is, honestly, the most critical part of this whole thing. Phase 2, building the machine. This happens between day 21 and day 60, and it's where you finally stop being the main doer and you start becoming the architect. This is how you get your life back. I want you to really look at this, because this shows the two paths in front of you. On the left, that's probably where you are right now, the founder-led business. Sound familiar? You're the bottleneck, you're exhausted, and your growth is totally capped by what you can personally do. But on the right, that's where we're headed, the systems-led business. The systems do the work, you have your freedom, and growth is actually scalable. Our job is to make the system the engine of the business, not you.
So how do we actually do this? Where do we start? First, you just identify the 5 to 10 things that actually make you money. Your sales process, how you onboard a client, how you follow up. Next, and this is so important, you document every single step. Make it so clear that anyone could pick it up and do it. Let me be super clear here. If a process only works when Sally runs it, you don't have a system. You have a huge liability named Sally. Once it's documented, then you can train your team to run it without you.
And today, we have an amazing tool to help with this. Think of AI as your ultimate systems enforcer. It's perfect for all that repetitive stuff that humans hate doing anyway. Data entry, reporting, scheduling. AI never forgets a step, it never misses a follow-up, and using it frees up your smart, talented people to do what they do best. Think strategically, build relationships, and solve interesting problems.
Okay, the other half of building the machine is people. Let me give you another cautionary tale. A company came to us, their annual turnover was a staggering 40%. Can you imagine? They were hiring these all-stars with amazing resumes, but half of them were gone in 6 months. The culture was a mess, and even the good people who stayed weren't performing well.
See, the problem wasn't the people they hired. It was the chaos they dropped them into. So before you even think about your next hire, I want you to treat this as a non-negotiable checklist. You have to be able to answer these 3 questions with crystal clarity. If you can't, you are not ready to hire someone for that role. It's that simple. Great people want clarity, they run from chaos.
Okay, we are in the home stretch now. Phase 3, driving for results. This is from day 45 to 90. So you've fixed your foundation, you've started building the machine. This final phase is all about running that machine with incredible focus and real ownership. All that hard work goes right out the window if you mess this part up.
So, how do we run this new machine we've built? You install a culture of accountability, and it starts with this, a simple, powerful weekly rhythm. Every single person gets a scorecard with just a few key numbers they own. On Monday, you just look at the numbers. What happened? On Tuesday, you dig in. Why did it happen? And then on Wednesday, you decide what to do about it. The conversation stops being about who to blame and starts being about data and what to do next.
But here's the real secret sauce, the key to unlocking true ownership. It's not enough to just give people company goals. You have to connect their work to their own goals. We call it the PPF framework: personal, professional, and financial. When your team member can see exactly how hitting their number helps them buy a house or get a promotion or pay off their student loans, that's when they go from just doing a job to truly owning their results.
And the last piece of this puzzle, focus. I knew this founder, classic case. He was running 6 marketing channels, 4 product lines. I mean, his team was just exhausted, and nothing was really working. But when we actually looked at the numbers, the answer was obvious. 65% of all their money was coming from just one of those channels, selling just one of their services. Everything else was a distraction.
And that story leads to a really simple but often very difficult final strategy. You have to find the courage to stop doing things that aren't working and pour everything you have into what is. Growing a business is often about saying no. You have to be absolutely ruthless about subtraction. We cut his extra channels, cut the extra product lines, and put all that energy back into the one thing that was already working. The result? Predictable, explosive growth.
So, we've gone through the whole 90-day plan. But please, don't think you're done. The most important thing to get is that this isn't a one-and-done fix. It's a new way to operate. It's a cycle. You find your biggest constraint, you fix it, and guess what? Your new level of success creates a brand new constraint, and then you just do it all over again.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one thought. You spent 90 days learning how to find and fix your biggest problem. You proved you can do it.
So your question is no longer, oh my gosh, how do I fix this mess? The question you get to ask now is, what's the next bottleneck I get to solve? That's the mindset of a CEO. Now go find it.